Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing great, whether it be night or day, wherever you are. If you're new, hi, welcome to the channel. And realms, am I so happy that you can join us today for another story that I wrote, which is an Aizawa ex-listener entitled Care Package, and this is a fixed audio of a video that I have posted a while back, but had to fix in terms of quality and turned into private now. Before anything though, I would like to address a matter that was simply brought up to me by one of you guys, and also the reason why I didn't post the audios back to back from the first one this week, and well, this. I am legitimately confused of why someone would post my audio on SoundCloud without credit whatsoever, and it just came into my knowledge recently that it has already been up for 2 months, and it kind of undermines the hard work and basically everything that has been put into making those audios. And aside from that, what really confused me is that it is one of the audios that I know had to be fixed in the future because the quality is horrendous, and I don't really get the need for it to be posted there, as well as I have my audio up here on my YouTube. I'm just a small YouTuber, and I don't really have a Patreon, which I know SoundCloud is very infamous for being a platform with leaked content from that, but this, it's here, guys. It's literally here. You guys listening is simply a great joy to me, and I'm really happy that I could give you guys comfort through this, but it does really hurt that all my hard work gets set aside. It's like, I want to give you guys all I could, but at the same time, it's like, you guys don't want to support this either, and that just hurts. Please do not do this in the future. I do work hard to make the stories, and if you get to enjoy it, watching it here does give me great support. I love reading all your comments here, and so please don't run off to other platforms that I do not even give permission to. But, anyways, I made this intro kind of long enough. Let's just get into the story, and, I hope you guys enjoy.
And we would officially like to welcome you here to our facility.
All Might booms before coughing out. You were slightly worried, but calmed as he held a hand up.
Don't worry about me. This is simply a little, set back.
Others in the faculty gave the same greeting before the class bell rang, cutting the little welcoming party short. You ought to attend your classes, and frankly, you were glad to be meeting all the students. Since you weren't officially a faculty member yet, you only had to meet the students and help out, especially with Aizawa being wounded from the last villain encounter. You weren't the main substitute either, but rather simply aiding the other classes. This was your first job after all, and the school didn't want you to have a sudden culture shock of some sorts.
Class, this is Listener. They're going to be helping out as much as I need to be getting out of here. Resting.
Aizawa groaned. He was tired beyond comparison, and more so than usual, which was saying a lot. Probably due to battle fatigue added to it. For the next few days, you handed, checked, and tended papers, occasionally taught language, and aided in other subjects. It was never a dull moment, as you always had something to do which was enjoyable on your part. You had prepared yourself prior to upcoming hindrances, considering that you were quirkless and all, but think realms that none of it has been presented so far. It was fulfilling to know that no one belittled you for such reasons as well. You are capable, and you fulfilled your duties with flawless effort, giving them absolutely nothing to complain about. People thought it unusual for such a prestigious hero school to accept quirkless individuals, but it wasn't like they didn't want to. Rather, everyone else just assumed that they weren't accepting. Unless you were a graduate or someone who is very prestigiously over the top in terms of abilities one way or another. For such case, technically, they can say you were as average as it can get. But you knew how to read the qualifications, and for realm's sakes, which never said anything about not accepting, and thankfully so, as you landed the job.
Listener!
Principal Nezu started. You tilted your head to the snowy-furred individual and smiled. Oh, yes, Principal. Is there anything I can do? Anything I can help you with? Nezu then shook his hand at you.
No. You've been working hard these past few days. Basically bustling through the halls left and right, up and down. You've basically roamed the entire school and all its nooks and crannies at this point.
You thought for a moment. Yeah, well, I haven't been to the male bathroom. Anyways. You trailed and held your tongue, realizing that you were announcing your thoughts for the entire world to berate. Speak up louder, why don't you? Technically, it was merely Principal Nezu around, but the sheer embarrassment of the thought might as well have made him the entire populace of both quirked and quirkless individuals. Your face couldn't help but instead show some color in attempts to cover the shame that you felt inside. Your face couldn't help but instead show some color in attempts to cover the shame that you felt inside.
Anyways, we decided to give Aizawa some care package for his recovery. Nothing much really, just a small care package.
He said, lifting a bag of goodies. There was an array of juices, baked goods, and a lot more. I'm sure he would appreciate it too, Principal. But, where do I come in all of this? I mean, if I need to do something? You asked, slightly confused.
Since the faculty all have classes to attend to, we were, hoping that you could bring it to him, maybe?
Oh, that's how you ended up standing outside of Aizawa's place in the teacher's quarters inside the campus. Well, teachers did have their own homes, but just like the students, safety had to be #1 priority. That and the fact that the faculty doubted that it would have been best for him to recover in such a state as defenseless as he was if he were to head back home. What you never expected, though, was for it to be in such close proximity to yours? So we're neighbors, you stated, shuddering at how gloomy he looked at you in your first day in the school premises. You rang the doorbell, only, as expected, received no answer. Present Mike did state, so after all, that you should just probably go in. Your brows knotted in hesitation as you thought to yourself. But isn't that trespassing? Listener, the person was injured. Did you really think that they'd have the energy and luxury to be opening the door for an unannounced person in the middle of a time that they were supposed to be resting? Looking at the dark bags and his eyes, you could probably tell that he needed a lot of it. Besides, his best friend was the one who even told you to... You hesitated and tried to ring the doorbell a few more times. But when you were met with the same empty response, you decided to finally enter. Was this your one-way ticket of getting your head bitten off when he sees you? Your mind dawdles to his quirk instead. Erasure. He manages to make people quirkless, right? How does that feel? Of course you wouldn't know, but is it like a part of you is suddenly lost? You mulled at the thought before swatting it from your mind and try to keep present. Really, listener? You enter someone's house and your first thought was that. That makes it sound like being quirkless is a bad thing. Hi? Sorry for the intrusion. It's listener. The faculty told me to drop something off for you. Present Mike thought that it would have been better for me to just come in and then let you get up. I'm really sorry if it isn't, and that was kind of wrong. Should I just place it somewhere here and leave? You rambled. And after all of that, still there was no answer. Jeez, Principal Nezu was right. By how easy it was that you entered, if you were a villain with malicious intent, he was done for. You tried to look around before your eyes started on the ground. If his shoes were here, he can't possibly be out. And besides, you don't really think that his state would warrant any of such activities. You knew that it was none of your business anyways, and you were overstaying your non-existent welcome. You turned back and was about to leave when you heard a thud and froze. So he was home. You didn't know whether anger of being ignored or fear was the right reaction at the sound. Wait, he was recovering, right? So maybe he couldn't answer? Wait, no. More importantly, something had just made that thud sound. Someone dropped. He's not dead, is he? You slowly turn your head back, only to see Aizawa looming over you, eyes glowing. By the sheer amount of bandage wrapped around him, you were ready to scream out to the mercy of what looked like the mummy from all those scary films that you used to watch.
What are you doing here?
This made your knees buckle, and you found yourself falling to the floor. He glared at you as if you had just stolen his favorite childhood cat. I'm quirkless. I swear I'm just dropping this off. Now I'm about to leave. Please let me leave. You said awkwardly, scrambling towards the door.
What are you even...
As he tried to walk over, his quirk shut off on its own out of exhaustion and he just slowly lost his balance, about to tip over. You got up and quickly reached to catch him before he could even hurt himself more.
Stop. I can't.
You could feel that he was trying to struggle away, but was too weak to do so. You're burning up, you exclaimed, feeling the urgency of the situation, that all your fear and awkwardness just melted away momentarily. Don't you have some sort of assigned person, or maybe a significant other, a partner maybe, who would take care of you? You commented as you tried bringing him to where you thought the couch may be. All he could do was glare at you, albeit the snarky rebuttal that he had on the tip of his tongue. If only it didn't refuse to move as you were still in search of the said furniture. You finally found where the couch was and was able to settle him on it.
What does my private life even interest you for?
He grumbled. His voice felt strained against his throat. Maybe from exhaustion? You turned to see the small coffee table before him was strewn with remnants of meals and their aftermath. Jeez, I know I shouldn't judge you or anything since you are injured after all, but you have to take care of yourself more. Luckily for the situation, you always brought medicines with you. Here, drink this. You'll get better.
How do I know you're not trying to kill me? I barely know you.
You then raised a brow. If I did, I wouldn't have bothered dragging your heavy body and slumped it on a couch that I had no idea where in realms was located, if I did want to be done with you. In your state, there are a lot of ways to do that don't require your consent. I could have even just left you on the doorway as I dodged and hopefully you break a neck or something. Realms, maybe I just even have to wait and leave you alone, but I'm not here to be a sadistic person, nor a foe. Now drink! You go off on a tangent, suddenly frustrated. You didn't know why you were frustrated when you had never even interacted much with this man, but you couldn't stand the sight of someone neglecting their own health. You turned your back and huffed, starting to clean the leftovers on the table. He only watched you as he drank the medicine reluctantly. Well, not like he had a choice.
If I keep arguing, they'd probably keep pestering me anyways. I don't have the energy for this.
He thought, simply keeping a silence. He mentally cursed at Mike too, knowing that he gave you the idea just to go in, even when in full knowledge that Aizawa hated visitors. You two sat in silence for a while before you remember the care package, which was, ironically, what you came there for before handing it to him. You didn't even know why or how it started, but it just became a routine for you to come back and check up on him after school. Probably because of Principal Nezu and, well, the other half. Today was just like any. Snarky rebuttals, wary glances, and a lecture here and there from you. Although he knew himself that he was warming up to you. In his own way. He still found you a nuisance, yes, but your constant company was something that he still questioned if he appreciated. It felt comfortable, even to the point that something felt off when you weren't around. You finished cleaning up as you then placed the dishes in the sink and wet your handkerchief, handing it back to him. His fever was still there, but at least it wasn't as bad now that he was actually cooperating.
I'll just probably go back to Recovery Girl and...
Nope, never mind. there he goes again. And at your current state, if I don't help you to her, which I can't because she is off with a class training, you'll be gone in a few steps. You're stuck with me, Grumpy. He rolled his eyes, but after much contemplation, spoke as he shifted the topic.
So, how are you at UA?
You turned to face him slightly caught off guard, but beamed nonetheless. Oh, it's fun. The faculty is great, the job too, and there's never a dull moment. Great. What Pandora's box did he open this time? Now he had to listen to you ramble? On the contrary, you got quiet after a while. But, the best part of the job isn't really the recognition I get for being a quirkless person and working in UA, or even how great the cafeteria food is, but rather... Aizawa looked at you, seeing a smile plastered on your face as if to show contentment.
It's the students.
He said, making you nod. Aizawa was now focused on what you had to say. Everyone is so talented and blessed with amazing quirks that they can use to help and save people. They all have that same dream, whether they be in general, hero, or whatever course. Of course they want the benefits too, but their dreams are genuine, and it makes me happy that, they're helping them achieve it, even if, of course, my part is just small by just being part of the faculty. Aizawa sighed.
Don't belittle yourself. As much as I hate All Might rambling about you over the past few days, reporting like I'm your father, I'm at least well informed you're working hard. And from what you just said, even when you're quirkless, you still want to see these kids succeed. You might just be a good person.
He said, mumbling the last part more to himself than you. Eh? You hummed and looked down, feeling how bittersweet the situation is. It was a bit sad that you couldn't do more, but still. You felt a hand stroke your hair gently as if petting you like a cat. You froze and so did the hand, both you and Aizawa pulling back to reality just as he did with his hand and a cough. You could feel a slight heat on your cheeks, standing up embarrassed. You didn't hate it though, but try to search for the words instead. You seem fine now. I'm heading back. Sorry for the intrusion again. You were about to leave the room when he spoke again.
Can you stay?
He mentally cursed at himself. What was he saying? You looked back to see his ears red.
There's still some muffins from the package, and I can't finish them, so I might as well eat them with me before they go stale.
You smiled and took it, sitting back down as you noticed him avert your gaze. Really? The man who had glared at you for who knows how many times now. Realms, the fever must have still been there, huh? Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all. You smile, knowing that you love to see and feel whatever this is in the future. Aizawa couldn't help but succumb to the feeling that he too wouldn't hate such.
Feel free to come back tomorrow.
Now, bloops.
There's still some muffins. Muffins. I caught you.
Absolutely nothing to complain about. God, I need sleep. Nezu. Your face couldn't help but instead show some color. Okay, vehicle. Before he could turn her. He thought simply keeping his silence. Company was something that he quit. Aizawa. We're almost done. I can sleep. You smile knowingly that. Oh wait, no. This is. Oh wait, no. Gosh, outro. Oh shoot, I still have to record my lines. But outro. If I did, I wouldn't have bothered dragging your. I had no idea where in. Oh, that is not a period. Okay. Okay, so that was it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, as I am posting 2 to 3 times a week. And links will be in the description down below, along with the amazing people who have voiced the characters as well. Give them some love. And also, my Discord tag is in the about page of my YT, so feel free to give me a DM if you'd like to interact, because I'm mostly on there. And if you have any original stories that I can read, as long as I'm also given permissions, or maybe links to some personal favorites, again, as long as I am given permissions, or maybe you have requests for some characters or scenarios, just DM me or place it in the comments down below, and I would definitely love to read them and hopefully give them justice when I write them. Okay, that's really it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay hydrated, stay safe. Bye.